Hello, welcome to a new episode on our podcast. And today, if you want to learn a little bit more about investing, I have the right person for you. I want to welcome Rana Zain for our podcast. Hey, Rana, how are you?
I'm fine. What about you, man?
I'm great. Thank you very much for coming to our podcast today. Want to learn about investment and just want to introduce you a little bit. You are the owner of Rana Zain Group, which is a group that already spreads over 3 continents, and you are helping a lot of people manage their money and doing their investment in the right way possible. And what's more important about that, was very interesting to me to understand, is that you never market your business. All you do is just people are referring their friends, their relatives, their business associates to you, and you just help them create the best investments, which is amazing. So I wanted, if you could tell, before we go into investing, tell us a little bit more about yourself, how exactly you got to the world of investing.
Yeah, so it was a long journey, you can say. I started basically, my first job was media and media management, and I was working while I was studying, which is not a common trend in our home country, Pakistan. But I started there. I learned media production while I was working for this PR agency, and that is when I started my own media production firm. Then we moved to UAE in 2020 and moved the media production business here as well. From there, we started growing into business consultancy later on and doing on and off AI agency stuff before everyone was known that they are doing AI stuff. Before people came to know about AI, we knew. So, and as you mentioned, we have never marketed ourselves. Our whole business model is basically a referral based until now. So if I work with you, you can give me more clients as a referral, and that is one of the cornerstone of our whole business journey. And yes, Rana Zain Group spreads on 3 continents now. We have multiple businesses in USA. We recently entered UK market as well. We are thinking of entering UAE short-term rental market, but currently we are just handling the portfolios of our clients, and we are busy there. So yeah, that is why we are a little bit hesitant right now.
All right, and all about that. You told me something about your family personal information that you haven't said anything and up until now, that you had a little bit of a military background, your family.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that, and how do you feel that thing helped you creating your businesses?
So basically, not only my family, my friends, my school friends, and a lot of my college friends, they belong to military. And I have learned professionalism and loyalty through them. Then while I was working in PR industry, so I worked with well-known American contractors as well as their PR guy. So I have seen special forces guys very closely. And then my whole maternal grandfather side is military, either Pakistan Special Forces or Pakistan Air Force. So we have learned something from them, and that is called loyalty beyond questions. Loyalty is, I cannot say you are loyal, and it is not a loyalty for me if it is not until death. And a very famous movie scene, London Has Fallen. In London Has Fallen, you see they are protecting the American president, and there are 2 helicopters. They get out of flares and they are being attacked, and number 1 said to number 2, sacrifice, and he immediately said, copy. That is like one of the most coldest scene in military history. So military war movies history. So for me, if you are not loyal until death, you are not loyal to me, you are for sale actually. And that is one of the most important thing that we focus, not only in business as well as in our investment journey, because people are actually relying on us for their money, for their hard-earned money, and that is one of the most important things that we follow in all our businesses.
Yeah, definitely. I think that loyalty is a huge thing about investing and about life. Actually, you want to have loyal friends, loyal family. You want people to respect you as much as you respect them. Absolutely. I think it's a very important thing. But let's talk about investing management. What other let's say features do you think a good investor or a good investor management should have regarding that? What are your, let's say, values when you do investing for other people?
Look, first of all, it is professionalism. Second, I have learned something in business. I never say no to a client. I will go back. I will research on the topic and I will come back to you with the solution. Yeah, I am someone who is solution driven. I am a guy who actually focuses on real solutions, right? I will not if I don't know anything in front of a client, I don't care about what his net worth is. I will say, sorry, I don't know this. I will go back, I will research, and I will come back to you. First thing. Second, professionalism, loyalty, giving a right solution, and making sure that their end goals are met. So basically, for some people in investment management, it is a lot of money. I understand that. But let me tell you, if you are bringing your hard-earned money to me, I should focus what your goal is. So if I am focusing on your goal, I should be able to make you satisfied. That is one of the reasons we have been successful in referral-based business.
Amazing. And let's talk a little bit about your services. What kind of services around investing management you are giving to clients?
So investment management, when it comes to the whole solution that we provide, one of the most important and especially is the real estate. Then from real estate, we went into business acquisitions as well. 2 years ago, we have done some good deals. And along with that, we offer solutions of crypto and Forex investment solutions for our clients.
Amazing. And also around, let's say, other things like crypto or something like that. Take us around trading. What are exactly you doing?
Basically, we run a consortium of investors where actually we provide risk-free solutions for investors who invest with us. And one of the reasons why it is successful, let's suppose if you are doing trading, which is in trading, you can see 98% people lose. Why? Because they have a small capital. So what we do is we have a consortium of investors coming together. Someone has put in 5,000, someone has put in 100,000. So basically everyone else is backing each other, and our expert trading systems, which recently involved AI as well, has started generating profitable income for them. So it keeps them safe, and on an average 8 to 10% return per month they are getting, and they are happy as well.
So you said something in between the lines that is very interesting to me, because you said that sometimes people are losing because they don't have enough money to invest.
Yeah.
Take us a little bit about that. Why is it so important to have big amounts of money when you are investing?
Look, any trader who has lost money anytime, you will ask them and they will tell you one thing. They learned a very hard way that it was always about capital. It was not the strategies basically, right? So you have to have a certain amount of capital, which for us is minimum $50,000, to start invest in trading basically, right? And in trading, it is good days, bad days. You have to learn without emotions trading. You have to learn, do the proper technical analysis, and then you live with the consequences basically. So for us, we give that investment backing to our investors, which makes them basically do the risk-free trading with us. And even on our bad days, we are still making them enough money to make sure that they are doing break even in their principal amount.
Yeah, because there is no such thing as a risk-free investment, right?
Yeah.
You always either lose some or win some. It's part of the plan. But so how do you say this risk-free thing?
So basically, risk-free thing is why? Because if someone will do a capital of $50,000, and someone is investing just $500, right? So on a bad day, $500 will wipe out immediately. But $50,000 or $5,000 guy will lose maybe $2,000, right? So when we back each other's investment through, like with all the investors together, it gives them the large capital basically. So at the end of the day, even on a bad day, $500 guy will still have at least $350 in his account, right? On the worst day, he has lost $150. He is not wiped out of the market. And on a very next day, or maybe next week, on a good day, he will make 1,000. So in that sense, he is risk-free. But yeah, you definitely lose. Like people can see the statements clearly that we do the business, and people get statements of the account. People can see which account we are using in their money in, and it is complete transparent. But it is risk-free in the sense that it has such a big capital that on a bad day, we are not losing much amount, and the investors are not losing this much amount as well.
Okay. And I understand that you have another a service which is helping in acquiring businesses, right? If there are businesses that need a amount of cash right now, you're helping in that. So take us around that as well.
So basically, no, okay, business acquisitions work that, let's suppose you are starting something new from very first day. You have to hire HR, you have to make new processes, you have to build everything from scratch, and then it may turn profitable. But what we do for our investors, we help them acquire profitable businesses from very first day, which actually gives them a very heavy cash flow from very first day. So you are buying profit from very first day. And sometimes businesses need cash. Sometimes we have some you can say deals where we don't have to put even any down payment. We just have to cover the legal costs, and we put zero down payment business acquisitions, and you are buying cash flow from very first day. And then the people from where we are buying the businesses, they get compensated in the form of stocks or in the form of share in the royalty basically. So that is what we do. We help people park their big investments. So instead of starting a new business from very first day, we ask them and assist them in buying a profitable one, and from very first day they are in profit, their balance sheet is in positive.
Amazing. So basically connecting business owners that needs that cash flow with investors that are willing to invest, which is amazing. And let's talk a little bit about what kind of investment are you doing, because we haven't talked about one of your major investment like we discussed, which is real estate, right? So let's talk a little bit about real estate investment. Where do you think it comes to a reason to invest in real estate?
It is simple. Real estate is the fastest wealth generation system. It is slow to start, but it is fast to build wealth, and it is all about consistency in real estate. You buy something today with the down payment. If you follow the right strategies, you can exit that investment easily in a very profitable terms, and highest profits in the world other than trading. You enter certain property, you exit that property, you go into bigger property, like when you are into ease of it, and then you keep on doing things basically. So you can, I always say your dream home should not be the first, you're not be the last thing. Your dream home should be the start of a bigger thing in life. So you imagine you walk into your dream home, and you own 5 more properties similar like that. Like you go to Miami, you own penthouse there. You come to Dubai, you own villa here. You go to Portugal, you own something there. So, and it is giving you ROI while on staying on short-term rentals, and when you travel, you can stay there as well. So it is win-win for everything. And in wealth making, real estate is the cornerstone of wealth generation. We always say to the clients, the biggest amount of percentage of the investments that clients bring to us, we park it in real estate across the world.
Amazing. And let's talk a little bit about the type of markets, because you mentioned Miami, you mentioned Portugal, you mentioned all sorts of markets. What are the most interesting markets to invest in real estate as of now?
So for me, Dubai, because Dubai is our home. And I always love Dubai because of the 0% income tax, because whatever you earn from property here, you don't have to pay any tax. Second, and I always focus on properties that are short-term rental friendly basically. The second for me is Singapore. Singapore market is growing. Singapore has tax benefits as well. And if you have a trust in Hong Kong basically, so we offer this solution to our clients. We make a trust in your name in Hong Kong that owns property in Singapore. So actually you are paying 0% tax all across the world. Like you don't, even if you declare it in your home country, you don't have to pay any tax because you are beneficiary of that trust basically. Third market for me is Miami. Miami is like my biggest, you can say, favorite market after Dubai. And then I think people should focus on Bali and Bangkok, because they are very short-term rental friendly markets, as well as they have higher yields, and because of tourist attractions, and it is very less to invest because the villas in Bali are like very cheap as compared to Dubai. So it is definitely a market to go.
Yeah, and let's maybe talk a little bit more about Dubai, because you mentioned the 0% income tax, and that's your home, which is also a very important thing. But why do you really think that Dubai's real estate market is really interesting?
So I will be very honest with you. Dubai has done everything that we cannot get anywhere else, right? It started with Burj Khalifa project. After that, Dubai has just surprised us. Look how they have constructed this city. And why I like living Dubai is the safety and tax benefits, as well as the diversified cultural nature here. You will meet everyone, in normal circumstances. Maybe you and I will never meet, but here we are sitting together.
That's right.
Right? So Dubai is friendly in that sense as well, and Dubai brings everyone together. So for me, Dubai is always best opportunity in terms of diversity, in terms of high short-term rental benefits, and owning multiple properties in Dubai is very easy, because banks here are very accommodating to foreign investors as well, and now they have reduced the interest rates here as well. So it is beneficial for everyone. It is a win-win basically.
All right, and there is any types of, let's say, emerging areas or communities that you would recommend to invest in?
Look, this is a question, something related to capital appreciation as well. Yeah. For me, because I am an investment manager, I am not a real estate agent specifically. Yeah, for me, wealth matters. So I always suggest those areas where I will achieve capital appreciation and I will have an exit strategy as well. Like currently, Dubai South has lot of capital appreciation opportunity, but we still need to wait to enter certain areas right there. Palm Jebel Ali is great, like our investors have bought there already. One of the best areas, by the way, that is going to generate high yield, like Palm Jumeirah. People are going to wish that they would have bought there in Palm Jebel Ali, but it is going to be the same as Palm Jumeirah. Dubai South, Dubai has achieved Dubai has achieved because we exited the investments there already, and we are looking with great hopes at Dubai Islands. Basically right now we are exploring some options as well. We have already today we had a meeting with one of our USA investors. They are in town, so we are looking at options there, and Dubai Islands look promising in terms of capital appreciation, if you ask me.
And what about the type of property? Let's say if what is better to invest in a townhouse, in a villa, in an apartment?
Look, okay, it is again a tricky question. So sometimes I have to see client's budget to suggest. But if anyone will ask me if budget is not at all an issue, I would say go for townhouses and villas right now, because first of all, their service charges are way less than apartment. Second, privacy. You have a privacy of your home. You get, like in some areas, you get your own gardens as well, like, which is very rare thing in Dubai real estate. Third, you get higher short-term rental evaluations and long-term rental evaluations as well. And if you are a family looking for end user, me personally will prefer villa over apartment any day for my family. So definitely villas and townhouses are way to go. And when you exit those investments, so they give you the highest capital appreciation as compared to apartments.
Yeah, and if our listeners would like to get some tips to invest in, it can be in real estate, it can be in other things that you believe in more or less. What would be those, let's say, 5 tips?
Look, so first of all, you need to identify the main goal. What is the main goal here, right? We are going for just to buy something. Let's suppose you come to Dubai and you say, I will buy something here, and when I will come every year here, I have some place to stay. Or are you going for a wealth making thing? If you go for a wealth making journey with us, that is a completely different goal. If you are looking for your dream home, that is a completely different goal for us. And if you go someplace else, you say, I just want to build my Airbnb business portfolio, right? So that is a completely different goal. First, identify goals. Second, make sure you do a proper research about legalities, because that is the most important thing. I never recommend leasehold areas in Dubai or anywhere. For my clients, I always tell them we will buy freehold, basically, where you can pass it to your generations as well. Then you have to make sure whatever you are being asked to pay is a genuine amount. you have to know the city. Like, you cannot say I will come to Dubai and I will buy something, right? You have to make sure it is the right developer for you. And I always prefer, I have 5 developers and I always stick with them basically. Why? Because they are trustworthy, they have built their name, and they always deliver, right? So I don't take unnecessary risks with people money, and I never recommend people to take it. And after that, the last step is basically, you should be action taker. If you are deciding today that you are going to buy something in Dubai Island tomorrow, that project is already launched, put EOI down payment immediately, because in Dubai projects never hold, like they get sold out on very first day. So you have to make sure that you are action taker. When you are deciding something, you just go for it, because there is no time to think otherwise.
It's right for any type of investment, right? You always need to be an action thinker, and this is the biggest problem, I think, for investors, right?
Look, it is, investors are, I understand where investors are coming as well. If you have earned a very hard-earned money, your hard-earned money, you will not put it anywhere. But sometimes some investors are careless as well. I have seen cases where people have come to me saying, oh, we have faced this problem, just because they didn't read the terms and conditions on their sale purchase agreement properly, right? It is a simple small step. So I understand, but sometimes being extra careful doesn't help you as well. So you have to be careful, but up to a certain level, and then you should be action taker. And investments only give you returns because they are risky. If there is no risk involved, then it is not an investment for me, basically.
Definitely. And if you're talking about the action taking when you go into investment, let's talk about exiting an investment. How do you do it? How do you know when to exit an investment? How do you know when it's the time to actually gain the best interest, the best outcome for you?
Look, so we always define everything from very first day. So if you are a client of mine, I will sit with you. I will make a plan. Okay, our capital appreciation target is 25%. I follow the same rule which I follow in trading, in real estate and investment management as well. I don't get greedy. You lose when you get greedy, right? We enter certain investment, then we have decided the percentage of capital appreciation, percentage of whatever we want to earn from very first day. And then as soon as it is achieved, we exit it. We don't care. Maybe new airport comes later on there. It will give people more capital. Yeah, that's fine, because we will never take extra unnecessary risk. So for us, it is simple. You decide from very first day the main goal, and that defines everything. And that is how we decide when to exit and when to enter a certain investment.
Amazing. And regarding all your clients' portfolio that you manage, can you share us maybe one of your case studies of a client that you remember getting amazing success?
Yeah. So basically, we started when we started real estate, it was always about providing the right information to clients. Yeah. We had a client, he wanted to buy something in Arabian ranches. We identified and we told him, look, this is what it is. We are going to achieve 35%, 40% capital appreciation. Let's buy this. He bought through us in Arabian ranches. It was just like a friend sitting and discussing, and then we put in the EOI and everything. Then he achieved 20-25% capital appreciation. From very first day, we decided this is the amount we want to achieve. He said he wants to use that property after handover, basically, which got handed over recently. He achieved more capital appreciation, and now we are making the property ready for short-term rental, basically. So it will give us long-term, short-term rental income for us as well as client as well. And from very first day when we decided, we always can alter the goals as well that defined, but it depends on a client as well. His circumstances changed. He didn't needed the money, so he had extra money for putting in somewhere else. So we brought him into Arabian ranches. It is one of the biggest communities right now. It is one of the highest capital appreciation that has achieved in Dubai, and for me it is a success. Like, I don't have to say anything. The numbers prove themselves.
Definitely, and it's also a very nice community. If I may, I'm living
Yes.
nearby, and it's really one of the nicest place. And you mentioned a little bit here about short-term and long-term rentals. Can you share us maybe what are the benefits for both of them? What is better on what occasion? When is preferred to go for short-term? When is preferred to go to a long-term rental?
Okay, it has multiple factors to it. It is not one factor. But I will say that short-term rental will always be better than long-term rentals. First, the property is readily available. Like in Dubai, you have a long notice period for eviction, right? So if you are using it for short-term rentals, so you don't have to actually give any eviction notice. It is just a management company that is handling. Like us, we handle for clients, and what we do is like we have a 90 days notice period with them, so they can give us 90 days heads up, and we will just give the property back to them. And that is one of the service that we do. And why we do it and why we prefer short-term rental, because we are in investment management with all these clients. So when we are having a certain good offers on the property and we want to exit, so the property should be readily available. Maybe they are end users, I don't know, because end users pay more as compared to investors. So for us, we always prefer short-term rentals, and short-term rental will always do double, for me at least, or sometimes triple than the traditional long-term rentals, but with the right strategy. You should know what you are doing. Otherwise, people always complain as well that, oh, our Airbnb business went into loss. And I always think, how? It is not a lost business. It is like a very profitable business in markets like Dubai, Bali. But you have to be very careful, and you should know what you are doing, because that is when you will deliver the actual short-term rental results. It should not be something you over promise, right? You should always promise less and over deliver, and for me this is the right strategy.
But the biggest fear, I think, for someone that does short-term rental is that the apartment or the property will stay empty. And sometimes there are low times,
Yes.
even in Dubai. The summer is very hot. A lot of people, even residents, are moving out of Dubai. So how do you still keep the apartment full?
So basically you complement it. That is when different business strategies come in. Yeah, when I said that with the right strategies, you should know what you are doing. If your business or Airbnb business, other than Airbnb and booking.com portals, there are many portals. There are multiple airline collaborations that you can do. You can make listings more friendly on these platforms like Airbnb. You are putting in daytime pictures. I always keep reviewing the listings that are keep coming up, because we have to stay updated with the trends. So I see always people are not putting nighttime pictures. Like you just pay like 800-700 dirhams more, you will get nighttime pictures as well, and maybe it will show a good view. Sea facing properties in Dubai Marina, you have to show that nighttime Palm Jumeirah view to sell it, basically. So again, it is the right strategies. If the management company is not doing good, landlords need to hire professionals and to make sure that their properties are getting rented out.
Amazing. And let's talk a little bit about management, the property management. How do you actually do it? What are the most important things you need to know? When I'm not only letting you choose the right property for me and the right with my budget maybe, but you also actually managing this investment for me, this apartment, making sure that it stays full, making sure that it's the right, as you said, the right pictures, the right setting, the right everything, the right pricing. So how do you do it remotely, without me involved in it?
Yeah, so basically we have management partners everywhere. We have management partners in Bali, we have management partners in Miami, and we have management partners in Dubai as well. And we are investors in their businesses as well. And that is how we keep control of the quality, basically. So what we do is we make sure that the right strategies are being implemented. We just need your digital signatures on maybe few power of attorneys. In some countries and in Dubai, there is a DTCM permit. So that is basically a digital email signature. So email comes directly to you from DTCM or Dubai Land Department. So you just sign it, and then from housekeeping to maintenance to guest check-in, guest checkouts, everything gets managed and like we take full responsibility.
Amazing. And I want to come back a little bit to investing. How do you actually, because we are talking about investing and wealth management, and also about real estate. And you can sometimes, especially when your biggest tool, let's say, for investment is real estate, people sometimes get confused between real estate agents or agency and wealth management. So how can you tell the two apart?
Yeah, it is the biggest myth basically, because people actually think that I'm a real estate agent. I'm just not a real estate agent.
You're not with a suit today, I don't think you are an agent.
I don't like wearing formals. I wear formals some places. I don't like wearing formals generally. I even go to team meetings wearing casuals as well. For me, wearing formal is not something that that should be the service. The real service should matter.
The richest people I know wear casual. Yeah, the richest I know, and wear the cheapest clothes. Like the ones you find in the supermarket.
Yes. Why? I will tell you why. Because I want to be comfortable. I don't want to sit. I'm doing my suit stuff. I'm trying to be like, I'm trying to look professional. I always tell my clients that if you're looking for someone in suit, I'm not the right guy for you. I come to dinners wearing casual as well. So for me, like, that is one of the biggest myth. But when it comes to the real estate agents, so they are focused on more of a transactional thing. So they will enter you into a certain investment, and then they will try to sell it at a later stage, which they may not achieve as well. So for us, it is a complete solution from A to Z. We are not going to enter you into a certain investment. We are going to make you exit as well if you will want. We can then manage the property. If you keep the property, we will then manage it on short-term rental for you as well. And for my clients, I am providing them from A to Z everything. So I am a part of their whole real estate journey. I am just not going to tell them, oh, buy this, and then, okay, goodbye. I am going to make sure during that whole installment period that they are paying installments in time. If we are facing any problems with the installments, then maybe it is the right time to exit the investment, right? Because we cannot cope up with it. So like for me, it is a complete real estate journey. It is just not that I am not just a real estate agent for them.
Yeah, and we talked a lot about real estate, but also about other types of investing. How do you recommend one from another for an investor? Let's say I'm coming to you with, let's say you said $50,000. In what occasions you will tell me, hey, let's put it as a down payment for an apartment? And what occasions you tell me, let's buy Bitcoin?
Okay, yeah, this is a very nice question, but it has a multiple factors again to it. Why? The very first thing we have to decide, what are your goals? Yeah, it is not about like what time I will recommend you. Bitcoin is always profitable if you are buying at the right times, but is your goal being Bitcoin billionaire, or do you want to own a portfolio where you have like 10 Airbnb properties? It depends on that, first of all. Second, if you are coming just to clarify and as a disclaimer, if you are coming to me just with $50,000, we are not going to, we will not even go for down payment as well. We will first see that what kind of financials you have. Either you are going to complete your liability when the developer will come, because we have good relations with all the developers. So I don't want my relationships there to get tarnished as well. And I always make sure that people get best prices through me, people get best installment plan through me, and that should be according to their means. So sometimes I don't recommend even buying Bitcoin or real estate, because sometimes clients cash flow is not this much. But if someone is a businessman, they have a cash flow of monthly $100,000, then we can definitely put somewhere in down payment if this kind of a client is there. And then on and off basis, we can put in small amounts in crypto and trading to make it a passive income for them.
All right, so it's actually very complicated, and it's I think most important to say it's very personal.
Yes.
Everyone has its own, as some people like to take a risk, bigger risk.
Yes.
Some people are 50 or 60 or 70 years old and can't afford to take a risk, because if the stock market will fall tomorrow, they will stay with nothing. Someone who's 30 years old will still have 40 or 50 years or 30 years to make up for any problem, you know.
You need to understand, it is very important. It is as you mentioned, it is the first of all personal thing, right? Like I will give you an example. Like Eastern people, Indian, Pakistani investors will never go for business acquisitions. Like they never go for business acquisitions. We have to stick with real estate with them. But Europeans or investors coming from USA, they are open to buy businesses as well, right? It is all about the maturity. It is all about culture. So you have to make sure that on a personal level, you are dealing one-to-one everything. Like it is not a Zoom meeting thing, basically. We don't do Zoom meeting. I hate doing Zoom meeting, basically. I'm an old school guy. I try doing face-to-face things where I can understand their body language. I can understand where they are comfortable, where they are not. And that is when I suggest them exactly what they need. And if they listen to me, hopefully they always stay in positive balance sheets.
Hopefully. And Rana, we came to the end of this interview. Actually, it's been really fascinating and moved really fast. There is anything else you would like to share, to say to whoever listens or see us right now?
Look, whatever you do, first identify your goals. Simple as that. Identify your goals. It is not that you bring your business to us or you bring your business to anyone else. Identify your goals. Make sure you have means to fund that goal. Otherwise, we will give you solutions. We give people always solutions that, okay, you have less investment today. Let's start with portfolio in Forex with a little bit of risk, but it may become a permanent passive income as well as something to fund your installments at a later stage as well. Identify the goals, make sure that the means are met, like you are making sure that you have to make sure that your liabilities are met, basically, right? Then you should not be someone telling stories to developers at a later stage. And everything, when you have identified goals, you have means to do it, just do it. Be an action taker. Like don't always, people who keep thinking, they just keep on thinking. Like I have never seen anyone who thinks so much and like then they don't do anything because they were just thinking and other people took profit off of it.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. Rana Zain, I will add all the details for you to get contact with you, with your team on the bottom of this podcast. It's been a pleasure hosting you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Hi, you are always welcome and thank you for hosting me.
Thank you and thank you so much for being with us. See you next time. Bye-bye.